The Jamestown Colony. A colony established by the British in the early 1600s in current-day Virginia. The British wanted nothing more than power and resources. They thought coming over to the New World was a great idea. However, what they expected was the complete opposite from what they got. They were expected to be treated like royalty, like kings from the native people. They thought the New World would be paradise, with jewels on the trees and food already provided for them in exchange for some of their riches. When the 3 ships headed for Virginia on May 6, 1607, there was 500 people, most of them born members of the poor working class from London. They thought that coming over to the New World would be a new beginning, but little did they know, their new beginning would also be their end in due time. Most of them died from disease from what modern scientists call typhoid. Those who caught the disease suffered a fate worse than death, the peeling of the skin, psychosis, hallucinations, and fever. It didn't help that the colonists were also drinking water infected with their own human waste and had a massive food shortage. This led to fighting amongst the colonists, leading to an even more gruesome fate from the lack of food, being eaten by their own kind. This story tells of a girl named Eleanor and her experiences with her and her family when they lived in this colony. She barely managed to escape to a native village where she wrote about her time in the colony. Tick-tock, tick-tock goes the clock. How long has it been since I've eaten? Days? Weeks? It feels my insides are turning inside out. Mother had cooked up a small sum of beans some time ago. That was the last I ate. Brother Edward says that we should start eating rodents in our leather rugs. Mother and Father disagree. They don't want us and them to get the terrible sickness that's been going around. We can't farm. No one in this godforsaken place can farm. We didn't expect that we'd be treated like garbage. The people who lived here before us don't like us. We thought they'd help us, but they didn't. A brick came flying in from the window. Oh dear, Mother says. It seems like people are getting rowdy outside. Shall we join them, my dear Thomas? We might get something to eat. Father simply nods before getting up and leaving the house with Mother. I sure hope they find something to eat. I'm so hungry. Tick-tock, tick-tock goes the clock again. How long has it been since they left? Mere minutes or hours? The hunger is starting to overtake me. Mother and Father aren't back yet, and hopefully when they do, they'll have food. I haven't seen Brother Edward in a while, but I did hear the door close a while ago. I think it was him leaving, but I don't know. Eleanor, a voice says. The voice belongs to a small female child. The voice sounds familiar. Who's there? Show yourself, I yell. No response. Was it all in my head? Was feeling the hunger making me go insane? Eleanor, the voice says again. This time there was a menacing laugh that precedes it. I was determined to find the owner of the voice. I quickly glanced around the room. Suddenly there was a little girl. Her back was towards me, her blonde locks drooping over her like an angel. She had an unnatural white glow around her. Was she a spirit? I started walking closer to the figure. Eleanor, I miss you. Come play with me, please, the girl pleaded. Her childish voice was full of sorrow and sadness. Wait, that voice. Isabel? I say, my best friend since we were young. She passed away weeks ago. That's when we first ran out of food. She was so hungry and she was sick. She fought so hard, but apparently her hardest wasn't enough. You remembered me? She says, looking at me. Her eyes shimmering with happiness. I wish I could be that happy. I haven't been that happy since we got here. I looked at the figure curiously. But aren't you? I stuttered nervously. Dead? Well, technically, yeah, I am. I just thought since you were bored and hungry, I'd pay you a visit, she says, still as happy as can be, even when she is dead. The hunger must be doing this to me. Isabel Peters is dead. There's no way that she can be here right now. She's not supposed to be alive. The sudden slam of the front door brought me back to my senses. I looked back at where Isabel was standing. She was no longer there. I must be going out of my mind. "Oh, Eleanor, we didn't find any food, but your father and I came up with a better idea. Come with me if you will. Your father's waiting," Mother says with a big smile plastered on her face. I reluctantly nod, following her. We walk for what seems forever before we reach a cellar of some sort. "Mother, what are we doing at the cellar?" I asked curiously. A sudden, abrupt wave of pain overtook me. Darkness. Darkness is all that I can see. I can't feel the warmth of the sun or feel the breeze of the wind upon my skin. I'm alone at the moment. I'm not a big fan of being alone or a big fan of the darkness. A light! It was small and faint, but it was still there. Is that a light I see? I thought. I struggled to get up, but I managed to. I start to walk towards the light, ignoring the pain for not moving my muscles. Walking turned into a jog, and the jog turned into a sprint, but it seems like the light always stayed the same distance away. Oof! I trip on my own feet. This causes me to fall to the pitch black ground. I wince at the pain for a second before regaining my composure. I kept my head down, tears threatening to spill. Oh, how I wanted to reach that light. I think it will let me see the world again, feel the warmth of it upon my skin that was dark and cold. Let me be able to see something other than darkness that has now consumed me. Suddenly, a hand was in front of me. It was a black glove with a faint white outline. I looked up at the owner of the hand. He had brown hair and he had a ghostly white outline, a nice contrast to the darkness. I felt like I could trust and not trust the figure, but something about him felt familiar, like I knew him. "Get up," he says. His voice was warm and soft. It honestly was calming me down. I could feel myself slipping from the darkness. "Get up," he says again. This time, it sounded more faint and distant. Yet he was still right in front of me. "Get up," he repeats once more. This time, I slip into the darkness even more. My vision is becoming hazy and fuzzy. "Hopefully, I'll see you soon, sweet sister," the voice says, barely audible for me to hear, however. I suddenly jerk up. Questions flood in my mind like a raging storm at sea. Was I asleep? How long have I been here? I look around my surroundings, but there wasn't that much to see. There was only one light bulb illuminating the dark room. The smell, oh, the smell. The old musky room reeked of the smell of wine and blood. I try to get up and realize I have been restrained. I yell for help, no response. I yell again, no response. I give it one last try, tears threatening to spill. "Eleanor!" Isabel's voice rings through my head, sends a shiver down my spine. I really must be going mad. The door to the cellar opens. Mother walks in, Father not trailing far behind. "Oh, look, Thomas, she's awake!" Mother exclaims happily. I try pulling on my restraints, only to be met with pain in my thin, pale wrists. The rope cuts my frail skin, the cuts looking like a claw scratch from a wild animal. Questions yet again flood in my mind. What was going on? Were Mother and Father going to kill me? End my life? Why would they do such a thing? It seems she's figured out some of our motives. Now the show can really begin. Father walks over to me, knife in hand. It was covered in a crimson liquid. Why, Mother? Why, Father? Why? I thought you loved me and Edward. Edward. Oh, God, Edward! Don't tell me. Edward, help! I scream at the top of my lungs. Father's footsteps becoming louder and louder. It wouldn't be long until he reached me, ended me. I start to cry even harder than before. Suddenly, Father's steps came to a halt. Edward! Oh, right. Don't worry. You'll see him soon enough. Don't you worry, my dear Eleanor. You'll see him again, Father says calmly. It took me a moment to process what he just said. They killed Edward? My own brother. Their son. And now they're going to kill me. I scream in agony. I hadn't noticed that Father had lunged a knife into my abdomen. It hurt. It hurt so much. I just wanted it to stop. Father very rapidly took the knife out of my abdomen and I screamed again. Crimson-colored and metallic-smelling liquid plagued the floor. "Why?" I whispered to myself. Apparently, I said it loud enough for them to hear. "Listen, sweetheart, we didn't want to, but we did. But we had no other choice," Mother explained. "What do you mean?" I spat. "You're killing me, and you already killed my brother. I thought you loved us." "We do love you," she spat back. Then she sighs. "We just didn't know what else to do. We were hungry. We were driven mad by it. I'm so sorry, Eleanor, but this is how it's gonna be. Goodbye, sweetie. Remember that your father and I love you very much." She nods at Father. No, I don't want to die." The door to the cellar opened again, only to reveal that no one else was there. Mother and Father decided to go investigate. Was this my way out? I must try to find a way to loosen the ropes before they return. I tried to get out, only managing to loosen them a little bit. Suddenly, I felt them being untied by themselves. I rubbed my wrist while attempting to stand up. My abdomen is still in grave pain from the stab wound. I wonder what the mysterious force could have been to help me escape. I thought about it. Then, it hit me. Isabel. I really did have the best friend ever. I ran outside of the cellar, looking for any signs of Mother and Father. Thank the heaven there wasn't any. Then I ran as fast as I could into the woods. There was no turning back now.